64 boy.
Scratch.
Dressing the culture, I'm adjusting the culture, huh? Adjusting the culture, I'm adjusting the culture, huh? Adjusting the culture, I'm adjusting the culture, huh? Adjusting the culture, I'm adjusting the culture. We gon' talk about it. Come adjust the culture, we gon' talk about it. Come adjust the culture, we gon' talk about it. Come adjust the culture, we gon' talk about it. Come and adjust the culture, huh? You already know what it is, my people. We are here on this Friday to do what we do, giving you news you can use, addressing the culture with your boy Big Wall.
You muted, baby.
You muted. You muted. Unmuted.
You muted.
Unmuted. Unmuted.
Well, anyway, that's
right.
motherfucking. Wait, that's Miss Berry over there, right there.
Listen, hey y'all, hey, it is the real Miss Berry, and it's Friday night, and it's time to get it.
And you see, as you can see, a couple of us is lit kind of early. This motherfucking KL, and this is Address the Culture. You hear me?
You already know the vibes. We are here with This Week in the Culture. We gonna get it together, Miss Chibannas. She gonna will it in a second, but we gonna get right into it. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole lot going on in the culture, man, and we gonna talk about it now. Now look at here. Now it's been going on kind of crazy with your boy Mitch McConnell. Now he had Twitter, the whole world in an uproar when we talk about, you know what I'm saying, making the craziest statements that you could possibly make when we talk about just being a human being, being black in this country. I'm gonna play a video. And I want y'all to see what Mitch said. And be more, y'all more than welcome to speak throughout it. You know what I'm saying, if you want to. But we want to let the people hear what Mitch said, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna adjust the culture and let the people and we gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
What's your message for voters of color who are concerned that without the John L. Lewis Voting Rights Act, they're not going to be able to vote in the midterm?
Well, the concern is misplaced because if you look at the statistics, African American voters are voting in just as high a percentage as Americans. A recent survey, 94% of Americans thought it was easy to vote. This is not a problem.
Now, I had to bring that to the panel to really figure out, you know what I'm saying, how y'all feel about that. Now, am I tripping? Is that a situation, a case of just speaking out of turn? Or is that somebody truly telling you who they are? I'm going to come to UKL first.
What the fuck do they call that shit? A Freudian slip? Some shit like that?
Oh, Freudian, yeah.
Yeah. That's like one of them type of terms, you know what I'm saying? And where, like, he said the part that he wasn't supposed to say out loud. But see, shit like this is why I really don't follow. I really don't follow or keep up with politics too more because of shit like this. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, how is he able, with his track record over the 40 years he's been in politics, how is he able to say that and just get away with it? And it's millions of motherfuckers' lives, and it's like his racism so strong, like he votes against the best interests of his own people to uphold racism, like the shit.
Yeah.
So, like, man, I'm completely checked out on all this politics shit. Nothing surprises me anymore. The bar is so low to the ground. You feel me? An ant could jump over the bar. You feel me? So, like, I'm not surprised. these motherfuckers is racist. They always been racist, and Donald Trump just make motherfuckers feel more comfortable to be out front with their racist shit. So fuck them and kiss my ass. Period.
I feel you.
You know what? You are always just so doggone vulgar.
But it's in an intellectual type of way, though. You know what I'm saying? Did you just hear how, like I said, Freudian slip? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Google that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't hear niggas say shit like that. You feel me? So, like, there's a dichotomy there. You know what I'm saying? Between the ignorant shit and the vulgar shit and the intelligent shit. It's a dichotomy there. If you search hard enough, you can see it. So stop trying to always point out the negative. How about that? Yeah. That's what time we on today, baby. Yeah.
Wait. You didn't put the gloves up already.
No. It was just flowing. It was just flowing. It was really 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 just flowing. You know what I'm saying? It was flowing. It was really just flowing.
Everybody got this Chicago background going on, and I got studio going on. I'm all I'm out of sync.
We good though. You know what I'm saying?
We good, baby. You in the building, baby.
And you in the shot. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying?
You see what I'm saying? I got the shot in my name. What you mean?
But I'm gonna tell you this though, Chibannas. No. We're gonna address the culture on this right here today. Right here today. We're gonna address the culture on this. Now, I was rolling, right? I was making some real valid points, and I had some good shit going on. And you interrupted. You interrupted bro last week. You interrupted No! Look, seriously though, don't you want you don't want the youth to get this message?
They get it. To the culture gang. They get it. Starting off early.
They get it.
Shouts out to the culture gang. In the building, y'all.
I'm not gonna talk in code. I'm not gonna code switch. I'm not gonna do none of that shit. I'm gonna talk to the culture how I talk to the culture because my vernacular is of the culture. How about that?
Talk your shit.
I hear you, brother man. Go on, finish
your shit.
Don't finish being vulgar, my dude.
I had made my point already, but I just had to, let you know, like, we ain't doing that today. The gloves is gonna be put on early today.
The gloves is on because I feel like the culture is kind of hot right now. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody is feeling the way, and that's why this story today it kind of hit close to home because it seems like when it comes to politicians like KL say, fuck them off. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like they continually give us their ass to kiss. What you think, Ms. Barry?
So I'm just gonna say like. I'm with KL. Politics, I don't really mess with like that because it's so much that comes along with it. And great point that Donald Trump has just made them comfortable to be exactly who they are. That's who they are. And it is spilling over into our everyday life. It's not just politics for me. Like, so I stay away from politics. I try to stay away from a lot of different things that would bring me down because they just are who they are. And it's difficult to see who is who. When it says one bad apple spoils a bunch, but it's more than just one. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's the problem is that there will always be the separation. He said he getting so old now that he don't even know how to cover it up. You know how when people get old and they just say whatever the fuck they want to say.
Don't matter.
Whatever the fuck they wanted to say.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh fuck it.
Yeah.
And continue to speak on the point.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like my PR clean it up. They're gonna take it, they're gonna spin it, they're gonna turn it around. They're gonna say that he has some kind of condition, just maybe Tourette or something that made him act out, and he spoke out of turn. They gonna try to
took some
it
medication
in some kind of way so that he can come back out and do the shit again. And that's just what it is. And I try to stay away from it all. Fuck them all. They are who they are, and that's just what it's gonna be. Sorry, I had to put a little bit on it today.
Miss Barry said, "What?
Fuck them." That's what she said. Fuck them.
Let me find out the culture is pissed off right now by this statement that was said. But let's just be honest. You know what? Fuck you, KL. Now I'm gonna say I'm gonna use the F word
I
too.
love it. I
Hey,
love it.
mama.
I
Like
love it.
for
My mom, she
y'all
just
that's
shouted me out.
tuning in that don't know, I thought you was being funny because I
See,
was
look
No,
about
at
to
you.
start
See,
no,
look
see,
at
look
talking.
you.
at you. I ain't coming at you, see?
Yeah.
Hey, mama.
Okay. Hey,
I love you too,
mama.
mama.
Hey,
We love
mom.
you, mama. Happy Friday, mama.
Shouts out to
You
the culture gang. We
you
got a
doing
nice
all that
amount of
vulgar
people up
coasting
in
with
here.
your mama on here.
We appreciate
She
that.
know what? She
Like,
know how son is.
comment,
She know my heart good.
subscribe, join the culture gang. We appreciate everybody in here. You know what I mean? See how you feel about it. You see how the culture feeling. You
Yeah.
know, with
I
old
mean,
Mitch.
I'm kind
How
of
you
like
feeling?
I'm with everybody. Like I really don't get off into politics too much because let's face it, it's bullcrap, you know. But one thing that you guys touched on is him being able to say whatever it is that he wants to say. Well, I think when Trump got in office, he kind of like set the stage for that. And that was a good thing because at the end of the day, here's my thing. We get so caught up in words nowadays that we're scrutinizing everything, but whatever happened to our First Amendment, and that is freedom of speech. You get what I'm saying? If we truly have freedom of speech, why is it everything has to be a racial connection? You get what I'm saying? So I really don't care what he said because I feel like if you feel a certain way, say what you mean. If it hurt people, it hurt people. But you can't be walking around with, with
Okay,
your feelings on your sleeves, though. You can't
listen? So,
because it. We, go ahead, go ahead. Come on, Queen.
let me let you finish your thought, and then I'm gonna come with what I got to say. I'm gonna let you finish your thought.
Well, the truth of the matter is, like, we're always going to have people that have their own opinions on things. We're always going to have people that disagree and do things in different manners. And you are that are a person that does the same thing. So why is it such a big thing when people say things because of your political statute, because of your celebrity status, because of the amount of money that you hold? If that statement came from just what we would call a regular degular person, then it wouldn't be such a big deal. But
Mm.
seeing that
What?
you are high on the totem pole when it comes to politics or celebrityism, then we take it and we run with it, and it's a distraction. They all be distractions.
Okay,
Because
my
I'm sure he probably said something positive, and it's kind of like what you said, KL. He probably said something positive in the whole speech that they didn't focus on, and they
you think that
dissected
Mitch
that part.
McConnell said something positive in his speech?
I don't know. I didn't see it. I'm just saying there's a possibility. Is what I'm saying.
Okay. So can I break that down in parts? Firstly, you said
Yeah,
about
yeah.
Hmm.
you said about freedom of speech. That's first thing you said. So I do want to comment on that. Let me say something about freedom of speech. The only time that we have freedom of speech is here on Address the Culture. We can be who
So
we are.
who are
We
we
got
talking
what?
about
No,
when we
hold
say
on, hold
we?
on, hold on,
I just
hold
want to
on.
clarify who we talking about when we say we.
I am speaking as a black woman who works
Okay.
in corporate America. Okay.
Hmm.
I can say what I want to say to you, KL, and Wow, and to everybody else on my own time. Okay. But if I say it at my job, then it's not okay. I
That's
can't
a
really
fact.
speak freely. So let's just talk about that. This is a man who has power, who has a platform that he is using to spew hate. Like it's underlined. He didn't actually come out and say it, but that's who he is. And that is fueling a lot of the shit that we've been through since Donald Trump became. Now, don't get me wrong, it's been before Donald Trump became the president, right? We have always been through that, but it has become more present. They are out in the open with it. They are okay with being who they are in the open. okay? But you and I still have to be mindful of our mouth. You know, when you grew up and they say, mind your mouth, mind your manners, we still have to do that. So there is not that freedom of speech. Then the other piece that you said is that it could have been something positive. I've heard nothing positive from the men every time you say his name. Tell me something positive that has been surrounding him. Haven't really heard much. I don't know, maybe because I don't get into politics, but anytime his name is mentioned, haven't really heard too much positive about it. You know what I mean? So like,
But that's my point. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not saying he was right or wrong in what he's saying. What I'm saying is going back to what you're saying. That's what I said. We've never had freedom of speech, but we have. And if it's in our Constitution to have freedom of speech, why is it every time we utilize our words? I don't care. Anybody that know me know I don't get caught up in color. I don't. I love human life. Period. Here's the mother love. Like, and I think every time we put color in it, it always intensifies the situation. Why don't we have freedom? If freedom
But
of
that's the
speech is our
truth.
First Amendment, why the hell is it every time it's something brought to the immediate attention of the news media and things like that, it's something negative? They
color
don't
is
catch
gonna
the good.
always be a factor. That's just
Because
what it
it's
is.
negative.
That's reality. You keep trying to. You always say, "I don't understand why it's always about color," because it's the reality. Everything that goes on in day-to-day life is because of race.
Yes.
We're black, so
And
we
that's
feel that every day.
It's the
We,
cornerstone
we
of
don't we don't
everything.
have we don't have the choice for race not to matter. We don't
Yeah,
have that option.
yeah.
That's why it's always about race with us, or with me. I can speak to me. It's always about race with me because I don't have the choice. I don't have the option for it to be anything but race. You feel me? I can't
Well,
not subscribe to it because I
well,
live
here's
it
the
every
thing
day.
though. But okay, and I live in the same skin that you live in. But I have to be totally honest. Since I was 16, I've always worked for the majority, not always, for the majority of my lifespan. I've worked in corporate America, and I've worked with a bunch of white people. It wasn't until I wanted, in my whole tenure of working, I've experienced racism twice.
That's it.
Twice. Do I penalize every white person because of those two incidents? No. People are who they are, and that's all I'm trying to say. So if people are who they are, I think when Trump brought his ass in office, his the point in it happening, I just think the universe does things to open up our senses to so we can be clear on some things. Trump came in office to prove a point that the government is nothing but a hypocrisy. You get what I'm saying? That you can say what you want and get away with it. The thing of it is who it it matters whose hands it get into. You get what I'm saying? Before the blow up. That's all it is.
Shouts out to the culture gang, allegedly podcast streets in the building. He say, but all politicians are the same. They all have an agenda. They all appeal to the base they represent. And that's the thing. You know what I mean? When you speak about those situations, when he said what he said, he felt comfortable enough to say that because we don't appeal to the base that he represents. So he could say African Americans and separate them from Americans. So when we talk about, because the question was people of color, how would they feel about not being a part of this Voting Right Act? And he separated the two, speaking as in African Americans or people of color. I'm not even going to
As
say
if
African
they
Americans.
weren't Americans.
As
You
if
get
they
what I'm
weren't
saying?
Americans. So who are Americans? If we're talking about people of color, he put himself in the percentage of Americans. And that's who we so-called have representing us. So it explains for me why our schools are the way they are, why our neighborhoods are the way they are, because we have people that's representing us that don't even consider us Americans. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's
Shit,
nothing
fuck
good
Americans,
about that.
human beings.
Human
As
beings.
human beings.
That's a
Fuck
fact.
Look,
Americans.
I literally was about to bring that up.
Yeah.
That part.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
so I'm out. They can have it.
But do we? When are we gonna stop giving a damn about what they think? Yeah, I think for me, I think it really just keep existing because we show them that it matters so much. We got,
It do
and
though,
that's what I
because
meant.
You
it do.
can't tell people to be oblivious to it.
Let
You
me
can't
finish.
tell people to be oblivious to it.
That I'm not saying be oblivious. What I'm saying is we gotta stop wearing our feelings on our sleeves when it comes to it. If it's been
Why?
going on,
Why? 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 Give me one good logical point as to why.
because
That's not rooted in emotion.
okay,
Because the topic is emotion in the first place. So give me one logical point to verify or strengthen your point, because your point makes zero sense to me. I'm just going to say it. Your point makes zero sense. So you're basically saying that people being emotional or people speaking on the injustice or speaking on shit that's going on to them is a detriment to them?
that's not what
That's
I'm
essentially
saying.
what you're saying. So wearing it on your sleeve.
That is not essentially what I'm saying. I'm
So
saying
shut up.
don't get your panties. No. Why do we let it make us so furious? If it's been going on since for so long, for decades, our ancestors and everything, why does what they say matter? Take the power away from them by not
How?
giving a damn about what
How to
they
ta-
do.
How?
Here's the thing:
How?
if
How?
you don't,
How?
because you don't
How?
fuck with them anyway. If you don't fuck with these people, you generally we just all just
How?
pretty much said
How are we living
it.
a system?
They have the power. They have always had the power. They dictate how far
You
you can
give them
go
the
and
power.
what you can
We
know.
give them the
Listen,
power.
now hold on now. I do
We
believe in a
give them the
higher power,
power.
but we talking about here on earth, okay? There is a higher power, but what we are doing now is trying to get a piece of it. We are trying to come up. That is why you see so many people speaking out. That's why you have had the leaders that have come and they've said, let's rally together. Let's make a move. Let's try to make things happen. It's not that we're wearing our emotions on our sleeve. We are trying to get some justice. We're trying to get what they call equality.
We
That's
tired.
what we're doing. And if it were not the emotions stirred up in us in order to make us do that, then we would just be sitting back and just
Letting the
be
shit happen.
paddled. Like, and they
Okay,
just
so let me raise this point, right? You say we're trying to get to the point where we have equality.
yes,
Now, answer, do you have siblings?
I do.
Okay, so do you remember growing up? Because I'm sure every household goes through it. If you grew up with siblings, and the conversation with your parents saying, because kids always want to feel equal and they feel like they treat the other one better, and your parents say, "Oh, there's never a such thing as equal. I give you what's needed of you. I'm a get and what's required of you." That, no matter, even in relationships, if we think about relationships between men and women, women and women, men and men, because we're not going to separate. Do you put 50-50 in? Is it really ever 50-50?
But
Is
listen,
it ever
but
really
she,
equality
no,
in
hold on though.
anything that we do in life?
But my husband is not racist. My mother is not racist. My siblings are not racist. So there is a difference. Yes, I get where you're saying about when you have children, you give what is needed of that child. But you can't take that example and then bring it into that because that's two
Why not?
totally different things, though. We're
Eh, eh,
It's not equal points.
it doesn't validate your point. Like there's no
The
support.
point
Like
is
Taylor asked you for support, and there's no support.
equality. There's never equality in anything. Even when you're pouring measurements, when you do measurements, it's still a nanosecond off. That's my point. And in life, we'll
But
never get to the point where we are equal.
I'm not
So
understanding
why are
what
we steady fixating on that? We're going to
It's not
spend
a
this time
situation.
talking about.
It's not a situation where we fixating. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to the culture gang. It said no. They just need to be respectful and responsible for what and how they treat black and brown and the black and brown community. See, that's what it's about. You know what I mean? We don't have respect, and they don't treat us with no respect we never had. So at the end of the day, when certain things come up where they blatantly disrespecting us, it's on us to speak up about it. Because if you don't speak up on it,
and
it's
what
never
I'm
going to
saying,
stop.
why is it so
It's never going to
important to
stop.
have their respect when they never
It's not
liked
about.
you?
It's not about
Why
getting
is
their
that so
respect.
important? That's my
It's not
point.
about. It's not about getting their respect. It's about standing up for yourself and
You're
our
speaking on an
community.
individual level. We speaking on a
Yeah,
systemic why we speaking on a
across
bigger
the
scope.
board.
We're speaking on a
Yeah.
bigger scope than what you're speaking on right now. You're speaking on an individual person to person scope. We're speaking on a
No.
system. We're speaking on a system. That doesn't a
And
system doesn't work like
and
that.
that's what I'm speaking on. I'm
You
speaking on
can't
the system
because
too.
it
I'm not
doesn't
speaking.
the notions that you're speaking on don't apply to systemic shit. That's what we're saying. That don't apply to systemic shit. What you're saying that, oh well, there's no way that nothing in life is equal, so we're already catching the short end of the stick, so why not expect more? You're going to get the short end of the stick anyway. That's what you're saying.
That is not what I'm saying. That is
Then
not
I'm
what I'm
done.
saying. I'm saying grab your stick, climb your stick, build your stick, to hell with what they think. Quit feeding into the lunacy. Like, fuck them and
But it's not.
what
But
they
it's bigger
say.
than what they think. It's laws
Come
and it's shit
on.
that's happening, and
Come
it's shit
on
that's.
now.
This is a politician we're talking about, a high-ranking
Y'all
politician
low key.
that has
I
influence
feel.
on law that affects us day to day. That's what I'm
Well,
saying. This is just not some
I'm about to
person
catch some
who thinks.
backlash on what I'm about to say right now,
Do your
because
thing.
this is what I wholeheartedly feel. I think the past has created racism, racist black people. Black people like to believe that they're not racist, but I think the fact that we keep on focusing on what they did to our ancestors, what they continue to do to other people, we develop an ill feeling, not we, because I don't see color. Oh, I should go put my colorblind hat on for y'all ass, because real
You know what I'm
shit.
talking about.
Until we stop seeing color, I truly feel you are one and the same. If you're always going to scrutinize the whole race because of what somebody else said, you are no different. And that's just how I feel about it.
So you saying in this situation with Mitch, Mitch, what he said and how he addressed it, people of color in this country is a situation where people of color are being racist in this situation.
That's not what.
Is that what
No.
you're saying?
No,
Okay,
we're not. No, that's not what I'm saying. What
shouts
I'm
out to the
saying
culture
is,
gang. Look, one of the
any
culture gang members
situation.
wanted to ask a question. To the panel. Shouts out to Streets Allegedly Podcast. He said, "Do we think he could have misspoken?" And I'm gonna come to you, Miss Berry. Do you think it's a situation where Mitch, he just misspoke?
So the only thing that I want to say about that is that when it comes down to being in the limelight, and he's been in the limelight long enough where he should know the ins and outs. I get like, okay, so you and we may misspeak, but we're just now getting to a certain level. He's always been there. You have to be mindful of what you say, because any little thing that you take is going to be scrutinized. So whether or not he misspoke, whether or not, that matters not to me, because you speak. That's what that's what he felt. You know what I'm saying? And if it was a mistake, then he should have come back. There should have been a retract. There should have been something.
Issue an apology.
Yeah, it should have been an apology. It should have been something. You shouldn't have not let any grass grow under your feet because of the climate that we are in now today. You know that everyone is sensitive. You know that everyone is listening hard to everything that it is that you say. As soon as it came out, somebody should have came back and said, okay, let me clear it up. This is what I meant. Even if it would have been bullshit, you should have come back and you should have said something. He's been doing this long enough to know better. That's just like when when you said about growing up. That's just like when you know your mama. You know what I'm saying? You know what she is and ain't gonna put up with. And as soon as you make that one fatal mistake, I ain't trying to get in trouble. Let me come back and say, Ma, you know what, Ma, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I come and I clear it up right away. Cause I ain't trying to get
Girl,
no
I bust my
You
little
still got
sister
your ass
head
whooped,
when I
though.
was a kid, and my mama didn't find out until like 6 years ago. I mean, I bust her mouth 6 years ago. I got my older brother butt whooped for that. You know what I mean? Certain things you just don't clear up. And if you really feel like so busting her lip, the reason why I use that because it was an honest mistake. You get what I'm saying? She was trying to follow me and my big brother, and I'm just like, go home, and I'm throwing rocks. I didn't know that the rock would land and bust her lip. You get what I'm saying?
But see,
But yeah.
this
You
is
throw
what we're
rocks.
talking about.
Sometimes they land.
That's what I'm saying. And in this situation,
And that's why I use the situation.
It's just one of them things where he knew exactly what
He knew what the fuck he was doing.
In his mind, people of color in this country are not not Americans. They are not humans.
People. They're not
that's how they
people.
look at it. You know what I'm saying? And like they always say, we done all heard it. When people show you who they are, believe it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna believe.
So if we already know who the hell they are, why do we let what the hell the ignorant shit that comes out their mouth? Why do we let it affect us? And that's my whole stance. I'm not saying
because if we didn't have this show, we wouldn't talk about the shit. We gotta talk about it, goddammit.
We need to address
the culture because we talking to the culture. We ain't talking amongst ourselves. We ain't talking amongst ourselves. We talking to the fucking culture. So the culture needs to hear it because everybody needs to know what's going on. Everybody may not be as aware as we are to know and see what's going on. We probably got to put it out there for a few motherfuckers. So the other ignorant motherfuckers who goddammit don't understand and his shit a certain way may need to hear it the way I'm presenting.
But everybody was upset. Twitter was in an uproar. He was trending.
I really wasn't tripping.
Everybody,
honestly,
but I'm just saying it was something that needed to be, addressed because again, it just gives us further enlightening on how they look at us and view us in this country. You know what I mean? But we talking about the system. We gonna move on. We talk about the system. The system just keeps showing us. You know what I mean? How they look at us when we talk about hip hop. You know what I mean? Now Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying, called to ban lawmakers from using rap lyrics as criminal evidence. You know what I'm saying? Now, we all know in hip hop, they are known for using the lyrics and the experience of our inner city youths and people telling stories against them in court. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's been something that we can name on so many artists that got locked up based off of their rap lyrics. You know what I mean? And it seems that our community, when we talk about hip hop, is the only community that they use that and do that tactic, you know what I mean, for.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted to bring it to the culture. KL, I want to come to you, man. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about, people like Jay-Z and Meek Mill trying to change this law? And why do you think this kind of situation only affects our community?
Well, it only affects our community because, a lot of times the music that we make is not considered art. Some people look at it as real. When motherfuckers say real, some people take real as being real. It's not a piece of art as which it is. It's a piece of art. It's a piece of expression. But when you sitting, you know what I'm saying, in a what they say, a jury of your peers, everything that you say on the record they believe that you could have done it or you have done it before. So this law, it definitely makes sense for this to be a law because we the only culture that when in a court of law use whatever art form that they use against them. You know what I'm saying? So it makes a lot of sense. I hope it do get some traction because, man, this shit is it's really a song, but how can you verify a song? But on the flip side, though, niggas need to goddamn be real careful what the fuck they saying in these songs. For real.
Yeah.
For real. Like the police should not be able to listen to your song and piece together a crime that was committed on the street. You feel me?
That's when it's going too far, right?
That's when
You know
it's
what I
going
mean?
way too far.
Yeah.
You can draw inspiration. It's a difference between drawing inspiration from some shit and actually narrating some shit. You don't have to narrate it. You can just draw.
What Dave Chappelle say, "When keeping it real go too far."
I can hear y'all. Can y'all be quiet, please? Jesus, rude as hell.
Can you hear me? Hey. Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, ain't that what Dave Chappelle said? When keeping it real go too far? You know what I'm talking about? As far as like you were saying, being too forward in your music. You know what I'm saying? Putting out your whole whatever happened to you within your life, in your music, and they can piece the whole story together like on the first 48. You know what I'm saying? How about you, Miss Berry? How you feel about this law? Why you think it affect our community in such a crazy way?
I think that like they use anything they can against us. And I definitely agree with KL. Stop snitching on yourself. Like I watch the first 48 all of the time. Detectives ain't really detectives. They just get somebody who just gonna tell every damn thing. And I've definitely seen where they play a song and they're like, oh, did you catch what he said? He said he's about to go shoot, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And even if you didn't do it, because most of the time, I think that a lot of this beef and everything, like, I think you do it for publicity and also to sell records. You know what I'm saying? And you really may not have done it. You may even be telling on somebody else, but they're taking it as if you are the one who did it. And now because you're a tough rapper, you got to live by the code. So you really can't go say it wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. I mean, like, but is that going to change hip hop? Is that going to change rap? Is it going to change anything? I doubt it. I think it's a great thing to pass the law. But I mean, when it comes down to proving your case, you use what you can. You use what you know, whatever you've heard, whatever you got, you use it.
Yeah.
So what is it going to change? Is it anybody really going to benefit from it? Is it really going to make a difference? I don't know. I mean, because I'm looking at everything as a whole. You know what I mean?
That only refers to a small group of people. You know what I'm saying? When you think of it on a wider scope, that only refers to a very specific group of people. So, you know, we'll see. But, you know, niggas just need to be a little bit more wise on what the fuck they or how they present their art on songs, because it has been and will be used against you.
Yeah, shouts out to the coach again. I think it's a great thing Jay-Z is trying to do, but it affects us because we are the only culture promoting a criminal lifestyle. What y'all think about that?
We're not the only people promoting a criminal lifestyle. I don't agree with that. Yeah. Because I definitely have seen other. Oh, is she going? So I've definitely seen other artists. And there's a lot of things that they do. I think that a lot of times they mimic what we do as a culture. They mimic us. You know, now maybe that may be the real life that they're living, but I mean, I know that I can't be the only one that as soon as you see someone, like, especially like on the TikToks and things like that, and I'm like, who is he trying to be? Who's he been hanging with? Like, who is your influence? You know what I'm saying? But we're not the only ones promoting it. They definitely are promoting it. I think that we really, and it goes back to what I said like a few shows back. Like, I mean, we are always put in the forefront. We are always the example. But I think that's because we lead everything. Like, we really are the leaders, and we set trends.
We set the tone. Yeah.
The creators of the cool.
And that's just real. I mean, which is why they try to stifle our creativity. That's why they shut us down. That's why we don't have the same freedom of speech as within, you know, because they know already. Like, when we come out, we come hard. You know what I'm saying? And we are strong-minded people who really do have an influence, not just on hip hop, but we have an influence on so many things, on so many levels. Like, how many like women, black, brown, white, whatever, yellow, are getting BBLs? I mean, it's us. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're getting lip injections. First, it was lip injections a few years ago. Then it was like getting your nose done. Then it was, you know what I'm saying? Now, like, everybody wants what we have.
Yeah,
the way I
yeah.
see it.
That's a fact, man. Shouts out to the culture gang. They said there are white people in nice neighborhoods that sell drugs. You know what I mean? And we talk about movies and everything. It's so many different people in these movies. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger used to kill 1,000 people in one movie. Every movie, he killed 150,000 people. You know what I'm saying? But they never turned that into something about the culture, of their community. They always tend to try to turn everything we do and use it against us. Because at the end of the day, they just living their lives and telling you what's going on in their lives. Now, like you guys said, when they taking it too far and talking about actual stuff, like that's a little crazy. But it seems like they always putting the pressure on us. You know what I'm saying? You muted. Okay,
Uh,
I think she's okay. Now what was you
there I
saying?
go. There I go. Oh, that's why y'all wasn't letting me play jump in, jump out, jump side to side, because I definitely kept trying to jump in. I'm like, what? I can't talk no more. They didn't like what I said about, Mitch McConnell, Thought y'all muted me. I thought y'all definitely ganged up on the T.
Put
You
your
feel
ass
what
in
I'm
time
saying?
out.
Put you in
Right,
time now,
right. I felt like I was in a timeout. So you see me, I had to throw up the hello, hello.
huh? Oh
Anyway,
man.
but speaking on what the topic, right? Going back to Jay-Z and trying to get them not to use rap lyrics. Miss Berry, you said one thing that was key. What, when they say they're trying to use, I know y'all gonna, yeah, no, I probably put y'all in the ruffles, but they're trying to use lyrics to uh, prosecute, right? They didn't say whose lyrics they were going to use, and but then you went on to say they the other race. There are other races that's always mimicking what it is that we do. So it's not just intended to arrest our color. Is intended to catch criminals. Why they're using it is because, just like we just said, people are stupid enough to gloat on it. And what's even more sadder is the fact that we as people love to hear that music. When they're talking about what they did to someone. And because let's be honest, in some of this music, they are snitching, right? So if they're telling on themselves and they're speaking facts, why not use it? Because we as people, our people, we're tired of this gun violence and this black on black crime. But we put so much energy into equality when it comes to racism. We don't even hold each other accountable. And then when there are laws being put in place because we refuse to snitch on each other, but we're snitching on ourselves. We won't tell if we see it firsthand, but they'll talk about it in the music and we'll bump it. You get what I'm saying? Until it hits home, until it hits close to you, then you want to tell. Then you want other people to tell. No, I think they
Well,
should use it.
well, she
I really think they should use it because I think it would do something great for the culture. One of the things that it will do, I don't know about you, Miss Berry, but me and you work in the Big Wall. I know you work in the music industry, right? So is it fair to say that the average artist, especially young coming up, feel like that they have to talk about do trap and drill music in order to be heard?
you shouldn't, not in 2022. It's a lot of rappers out here that's just rapping about their life. You know what I mean, and not talking about the criminal side or whatever the case may be. Like this is the one time in the culture where you can actually be yourself and succeed. In the rap game. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to rap about that. You know what I mean? But shouts out to the culture game. Somebody agree with you. Streets, he say, a movie is fiction, just like a book. Rap music is literally people trying to live out their lyrics through their music in so many words. You know what I mean? And I think that's the problem. You know what I mean? When we talk about turning your music and literally paint a picture like KL said about something that actually happened, and that's where it happened. But it has been many times where it don't line up. It don't have nothing to do with that. They just take your lyrics because you're an accused of a crime. They'll take your lyrics and say, "Look, he said he got a gun in that bar, so he had to go kill his person." Like literally using your lyrics against you.
To make a character statement
To make a character, to kind of talk about who you are as a person.
Yeah.
I think that's where it get crazy. And that's
I think it's actually a way of censorship, though. I think the antic will probably have people more censored and conscientious of the things that they say. Because let's be honest, the little youth don't know that it's fictional. They really be thinking this is real. And I'm gonna use a real live situation. Oh, I hope my niece don't kill me. But my niece, her son's father was killed by due to gun violence, right? So she has made it her business not to ever buy her son a gun. However, he uses phones and he's around other people. He's like 6 years old, and she put up a video the other day, well, audio of him talking to one of his cousins saying, "Hey, Chico, my 45 bigger than yours. My blick, I'm about to ride up and blick the, you know what I mean?" Things like this rub off, and kids think this is real. This is what really is supposed to happen. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm all for whatever it takes to kind of like make them mute the "hey, I'm smoking on your man's" type music, to make them mute the "I come through your block and I'm gonna drill." Yeah, I'm for that. I'm all for it. Sorry.
But
Not sorry.
let me just say this. The one thing that you pointed out earlier was freedom of speech. So that's first thing. And I think that people should be able to be free to express themselves however they choose to. When it comes down to the youth, I think that it is up to you as a parent or as a community, as a family, to set positive influences in front of those children. They're going to hear things, they're going to see things, they're going to experience things. But if you teach them and show them that it doesn't have to be that, then I think that is what will make a difference. Because me personally, like, I listen to certain hip hop or certain rap, but I don't really care for hardcore rap. You know what I mean? So that's not what I'm playing in my house. Mm-hmm. So I think it's about the influences and the things that you allow them to see. So I don't think that a person should change what they choose to put out there or what they choose to do. If that's how you express yourself, or if that's the life that you have lived.
So why the fuck are we so mad at Mitch McConnell? If that's how he expresses himself and that's how he feel, let him feel that way.
Because MC West so-and-so don't make laws.
Talk about it.
He could potentially.
Man, get the fuck out of here, man.
We not talking about
get the fuck out of here with that, man.
We not talking about
get the fuck out of here with that.
We talking about right now. In the future, he could.
You tried.
I'm just saying.
You tried. Get that shit out of here. You tried.
Yeah, that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Because at the
I
end
think
of the
y'all
day,
need some hugs and kisses around here. Y'all need to be a little bit more.
No. You said fuck me in the last motherfucking segment. Then you come with that bullshit ass point. Get that shit the fuck out of here.
Yeah, they agree with
that.
You.
Is all.
Exactly, KL. The culture game.
That is all.
Exactly, KL. That is a fact. You can't have it both ways, shit.
Yeah, you need to pick a fucking side. You always straddling the motherfucking fence. Pick a side. You gotta pick a side. Because you sounding really looking to me. You like R. Kelly. You like Republicans. You like white people. You need to pick a fucking side.
I love human life, and people are who they are, and I just want us to like.
I'm not feeling all this love to everybody on the earth shit, because that shit ain't reality. I ain't feeling that shit. And I know deep down inside, you ain't really like that neither.
I got some people that is not so favorable,
Because I
but
seen how you react when
I
motherfuckers buzz in that
still love
room when we doing the show.
you.
I
Yeah,
seen
to
that.
the exorcist.
It's on video. I seen that. So all this
I
mother
turned
love
into the
shit, miss me
exorcist.
with that
I
shit,
do.
man. With all
I
this mother
do. I'm
love ass
human.
shit. Let a motherfucker bust into that motherfucking door right now. Your ass gonna go nuts.
Talk your shit. You know what I'm saying? And speaking about nuts,
I don't
you know
like
what
your
I'm saying?
energy right now, Big Wall.
Look, huh?
Huh?
What you
You
say?
No, I
don't
don't
like
get
it here. I don't like your
man.
energy right now.
Yo,
Why are you boosting brother man up?
because
But
He
it's
what
ain't
he
fluke.
said,
He on
because
this
because
what
what
he
I
fluke
said
said,
was
shit.
real. It was the
Listen,
it's
truth.
real.
at
What
the
you
end of the
mean?
day,
What you
if we're
mean?
gonna talk
Look,
because
hold on. Let's be clear. Let's be all the way 100. Your
yeah,
viewpoint is
let's
your
keep it
viewpoint.
fucking 1,000.
Yeah, all the way 1,000. Wow. You know what I'm talking about? Your viewpoint is your viewpoint, and I respect it all. But when it's real, it's real. You know what I'm talking about? And we're going to keep it 100. We here to address the culture. You know what I'm saying? And speak the facts. We're not finna sugarcoat nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can't turn around and have it both ways and say you want us to love each other and then turn around and say you don't want these young brothers to express themselves. But
I
it's
didn't
free.
say that.
Hold on.
I
It's
didn't
free.
say that.
Hold on. Let me finish saying what I'm saying. It's freedom of speech when Mitch McConnell say what he want
Huh.
to say. You know what I'm saying?
Huh.
We need to get over it when Mitch
Huh.
say what he said about us. But when
Huh.
we expressing ourselves, I ain't with that. You need to do that, man. Come on, man. We're not gonna do that. We're not finna do that. We're gonna pick a side because if it's any side that I'm gonna fall on, it's gonna be the side of my people. I'm not finna give my man a pass and I know what type of time he on. Now, if you feel that way, that's cool. You want to give a gorilla a hug and he foaming at the mouth and trying to eat your ass up, and you want to come give him a hug. I'm not gonna hug him. You know what I'm talking
And
about?
he's not gonna eat you when you give
Yeah,
him a
he
hug.
gonna eat you. He
He
gonna
gonna
eat you.
turn into.
You know what I'm talking about? That's a fact.
He's not gonna eat you if you give him
100%.
a hug. I promise
100%.
you.
Yeah,
I
no,
Man.
yeah,
promise you.
okay.
Man,
If
you
you
hug
just
his ass.
hug them,
You
You go
hug
they're
his
hug
not
him.
gonna.
ass.
You go
They're
hug him.
not gonna bite you. I
Yeah, all right.
promise you, they
Yeah.
won't. Like certain people just need love. And it's funny how you literally just flipped that script though, because that's exactly what I said. And for me to utilize the fact with the Mitch McConnell situation, for our First Amendment and how every time somebody says something, like it wasn't strictly for Mitch McConnell, it's literally everything is always scrutinized on a race issue. And I'm not taking away from that. I don't want to take away. I want y'all to understand I'm not downplaying racism at all.
Little bit.
What I'm
You
saying
are what
though,
you say you don't like.
no, shut the fuck up and listen to me, goddammit.
There you go.
Now I just had to give you that. I had to give you that because you wanted it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No,
There you
but
go.
There you
There it
go.
is. There
what
it
I
is.
That's
really
what we gotta get to, the real you. Like fuck all that old timid ass shit. Oh, you ain't getting ready, you gotta
this,
love
this
everybody.
is the real me.
Equal. I don't see color. Get the fuck out of here. You don't see color.
It's the
You black
truth.
as fuck. We black as fuck, and you sitting up here telling me you don't see color. Get the fuck
It's
out of
hard
here.
to live in this world
So
and
you
not see color.
racist. I think you're racist, KL. Are
I
you a
don't
racist?
have. I've never stopped a white person from doing nothing because they was
Are
white,
you a racist?
but I've been held back from plenty of jobs because I was black.
That's a
I
fact.
ain't
How do
never
you know?
stopped a white person from doing nothing in this world that they wanted to do. But I've been
How do you
stopped
know you didn't get the job simply because you was black? How do you
Oh
know?
wow.
because I've applied for so many jobs. I'm just going by pure numbers.
So let me
I've applied for so many jobs. I'm pretty sure somebody seen my shit like, nah, not this nigga.
ask you this, She. I just want to ask, get it on the record. Do you think the situation with Mitch was racist or not racist? Yes or no?
That's a trick question.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It is.
I can 100% and say I think it's racist.
Because
You either say
I
I think it's racist or I don't think it's racist. What do you mean?
I got.
Do you think it's racist? Yes or
Hold
no?
on.
Okay.
Hold on.
All right.
And that's why. Let me tell you why I feel it's a trick question.
Dancing.
I think it's a trick question because in order to understand the true meaning and behind what he said, you had to hear the before and the after.
We did.
What that got to do with what you think?
And it's the same thing. He wasn't saying nothing. We didn't get it out of context or nothing.
Nothing. We said what
That's
you
what
think.
It is. That's what it is. And it ain't none of that wishful thinking that you're making up. Like he meant
I
something
don't
else
think
to say. That is what it is. So yes or no, is that racist or no?
to say African Americans and Americans. No, I think it was just like I don't know. I don't think it was racist. I don't.
Okay. All right.
I don't. I don't think it was
Hey,
racist.
what's the next topic, man?
That speaks values. You know what I'm saying? That just let me know
What's the segue,
what it is,
man?
and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? You are entitled.
Hey,
to
you could be you're the panel Republican from now on. You are the panel Republican.
Call me what you want to call me.
No, you called yourself that. You are the panel
you
Republican.
Just call me that.
No, you the panel Republican.
Call me that.
Because look, this is how I feel about it. When some of
I'm liberal.
When your views are in line with certain other people's views, it should make you think about that shit. Like, damn, so I agree with this motherfucker. I might need to rethink some shit if I agree with this motherfucker.
But that's the thing. I never say I agree or disagree. What I'm saying.
But you have the same line of thinking. You're in the same line of thinking.
No. Why are we scrutinizing people for the way they feel and how they speak? Like
the same way you just scrutinize young niggas for their music. What do you mean?
I didn't scrutinize them. All I'm saying is I understand where they were going. I can understand the angle.
I can't do all this dancing. I talk right to the point. I can't do all this dancing.
Yeah.
I talk to the point. I can't do all this
and
dancing.
The point is quit segregating. Either we're going to have freedom of speech or we're not going to have freedom of speech, and you can't attach a color to it. That's my point. That's my point. If y'all feel like they should be able to say what they want to say in the music and the lawmakers shouldn't be able to use it, then the lawmakers should be able to say what the fuck they want to say and you not feel a certain way about it. That's all I'm saying. Quit wearing your damn feelings on your sleeve.
And
people
what we're saying,
who they
and what
are,
we're
and
saying,
I don't think color has anything to do with it.
And what
they're gonna
saying,
do is say what the fuck they want to say.
And what we're saying, these young dudes, they got the right to say what they want to say without you feeling a way about it.
Miss Mary, you too quiet.
But you feel a way about that, but you don't feel a way about
the white. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And see that's what the problem is. Shouts out to the coach gang. He separated blacks and Americans. What's the confusion? He said what he said. And that's what it is. You know what I mean?
And he put us first, though. Y'all didn't say that. Why y'all ain't say he put us first? He ain't say Americans and African Americans.
Because we're not in the business of defending. We're not looking for reasons to defend him. That's why. We're not looking for reasons to defend him. That's why. There you have it.
So, see, you called me out and you said that I'm quiet. The only thing I'll say so that we can move on to the next topic.
Only time Miss Berry be quiet is when your ass dead ass fucking wrong.
So nobody is dead wrong about anything. What I'm gonna say is, so that we can move on, is that when you talk about being able to use the lyrics against a certain culture, okay, or when you say we should add freedom of speech, and then you say Mitch McConnell should be able to say whatever he want to say. When it comes down to expressing yourself or the rap music, they are not using it as to say whether or what this person believes in. They're using it against them criminally. Mitch McConnell, his comment is not being used against him criminally. So you cannot use it in the same sense and say, well, don't wear your emotions on your sleeve. If it's freedom of speech, it's freedom of speech, but it's used in a different way. And I think that that's the point that's being missed. You're using it differently. When it comes down to rap music, what Jay-Z is trying to do is, because a person is telling their life or either telling someone else's story, They don't want that to be used against them in the court of law criminally for them to be convicted of something. Okay. What Mitch McConnell, what he did was a separation, and that is the racist part about it. It is not racist in the music for them to tell their story, and then they're saying that they're using it against you. So that's two different things. You cannot mix the two.
Yeah.
Freedom of speech is something.
But I don't think what Mitch McConnell,
but hold on,
when he said
hold
it,
on. But freedom of
I'm
speech
listening.
should not ignite hate, and it should not separate people. Feel how you feel. That is fine. You can say whatever you want to say, but it is a fact that the culture that we're in right now, yes, we are very sensitive. We are sensitive because of everything that we have been through for years and years and years and decades back. That is why we are sensitive. So you always have to be mindful of your audience. That's caught in every situation. Be mindful of your audience. He has a responsibility. He has a responsibility because he has a platform, because he is a politician. What he is doing is separating the races. He's the race. He's separating race. Okay? He's making a difference, separating us from them and us. There's a separation. When it comes down to rap music, they are not separating. They are just speaking and saying their experiences. And then that is being used against him. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in rap music, they don't separate. They don't separate sex and things like that.
You still trying to make it's not an equivalent. We've been saying this for 30 minutes. It's not an equivalent argument.
I don't view it as two, and I don't view it as one and the same. I view it as two different things. You know, it's two different things that we're fighting about right now. You cannot mix the two. If you want to make an example and take an example from something else when you talk about rap music, like the example that you gave with your niece, that is different. If you take Mitch McConnell and then you cannot group the two together. We are talking about two separate things because there are two different issues. One issue is facing criminal charges for what you said. The other issue is fueling or igniting hate. Two different things.
Yeah. That's a fact. Shouts out to the culture gang. I bet Mitch also separate blacks and Americans when creating laws and decisions where funds and opportunities should go. You know what I mean? I believe so too. And again, that's why our communities are represented the way they are, because he separates us. So money don't come to us. It goes to the Americans. You know what I mean? But speaking about separate, we're gonna move on.
Can I just do one more thing? I just want to say one more thing because I just feel like I have to, and I'm call me bananas.
Okay.
I think the way all three of y'all keep attacking the other race, you are pretty much in the same. Like we're addressing the culture, and in addressing the culture, this when we come on here to talk about things that's going on. But for everybody on this panel to always say, well, this is some bullshit when it comes to the white person. Come on now. Like that, for me, it makes you one and the same. Like it makes us appear as if we're against Caucasians. And I don't want to come across
I ain't
as
against
if
them. I ain't with them.
I can't tell because whenever we're having a conversation, it's always about some form of racism. Come on now, mix me with the bullshit.
When we're speaking about injustice and when we talk about things not being equal, you making it on a playing field as if we're against white people, and that's not the case. We're speaking about someone in power that is a white man in America that came on national TV and separated people of color from Americans. That's not something that we didn't ask him to do that. We didn't ask him to say that. So you can't dictate how we feel about that. You know what I mean? That you can't do that.
But can it not be a mistake in how he used? Here's the thing. It could have been a mistake in deliverance because it's so sensitive. Like, so here's the thing. Most
This
people
man
are
has a
always
track
trying
record
to
of
include.
racism for 40 years.
Okay,
40
I
years.
get it, but
40
the
years.
I'm not just
40
focused
years.
on Mitch McConnell. I'm
But that's
not.
what I'm saying.
Whenever whenever we get
You
on
give
here and
grace.
we talk about racism, y'all always try to say, "Oh no, you crack jokes." No, I'm being serious, KL, because you crack jokes as if I'm against my people and I'm supporting people. No,
I
all
never.
I'm trying to get each of you guys to understand it simply is this: they have held a state in our brain and in our spirit for so long. Our ancestors worked damn hard for us not to experience, and we could overlook a lot of the bullshit, but we
Wow.
fixate on it. So
Wow.
for me, it's giving them power and making them continue to feel they're superior because we are so upset. We get so upset every time they say something or somebody do something.
Wow.
But we don't. You called me an R. Kelly lover earlier, right? We throw our own people under the bus. We don't support them. We don't,
This is my issue with you.
Wow.
This is my issue with you,
you
You
Shibanana.
know,
just
This is
really
my
we,
issue
don't
we,
with
we
get
you.
it.
always
This
throw
is my issue with
our own
you.
people under the
This is
bus.
my issue with you. This is my issue with
What?
you.
And now
Like
we're
you
throwing R.
say,
Kelly under the bus.
let me. This is
Wow.
what I'm gonna address with you because
Because we do.
you say
Wow.
anything that relates to white people and shit. We look, but think about the topics that we speak about on Address the Culture. We're not speaking on white people doing good for the black community on Address the Culture because we don't see too much of that. If we do, we'd have addressed it. We ain't playing bias. We not just reporting on shit. We not hand choosing. We report on what the fuck is going on.
Right.
So my point to you is when we speak on shit or things that need to be done in the black community, you got all the solutions in the world, and you point your finger. These kids need to pull their pants up. KL, you need to stop cussing. You need to stop doing this. You point that same finger. And every time that finger is pointed, it's either back at some niggas or some trifling ass predators. Them the only people you get passes to. You just gave a pass to white people. You've been giving passes to motherfucking R. Kelly. We talked about Trey Songz the other
You
week.
keep
He was
on
about to
saying
give
I
him.
don't give passes to R. Kelly.
You
I
just said
don't.
we
You
throw
just
our
gave him
own
a
people under the
pass.
bus. You
You
just
just
said
gave
we
him a
throw our own
pass.
people under the bus. That's giving him
We
a
do.
pass.
You giving him a pass.
Okay,
That's
that's
not
giving him a
giving
pass.
them a pass. That's
Okay.
not giving them a pass. I'm
Okay.
saying we stomp on them. That's not giving them a pass.
Somebody has a question for you. Do you understand that racism and that our people are still having to deal with racism today? And they put that in caps. Still having to deal with racism
Every day.
They said, do you understand that?
I could have sworn I
I do.
said that an hour ago. I could have sworn I said that an hour ago. I could have said that an hour ago.
Oh, and they doubled back. They said still today, every day.
To this day.
Do you understand that? So it's not
Yes.
us, like it's not us dwelling on these
Yes.
things. These are the stories that's coming up, and we are addressing them, and we are
Because we deal with it every day.
because we live with it. You know, you paint the picture that it's not. You know what I'm saying?
Can I say this one thing? And so that we can move on.
I'm about to smoke me a pack of cigarettes on this motherfucker.
I'm gonna say this. Let me say this.
Ooh.
Let me say this because I have been in corporate America for so long. Okay, my two littles. When a name means everything, right? A name means everything. It defines you. That's who you are. That's how you are chosen, right? So because of everything that we face, the one thing that KL said is passed up for jobs and things like that. When I chose my children's names, I wanted to make sure that it was something that was not
black.
ethnic.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that you
That was not.
that you had to when you look at their credentials,
Yeah.
when you read their resume,
Yeah.
you have to judge by their works,
Absolutely.
not by their name.
And that's fucking
Plenty of
deep.
people have been judged on their name. Resumes have been passed over.
I
not
agree.
even looked at. So
I agree.
that's racism, baby.
That's it.
That's what we face. And that's what I'm trying to get. And my kids are young. I'm thinking about their future. Because it's in their future.
Yeah.
It's what will happen. One of my friends is from Ghana, right? And her name, she told me, and she is so intelligent, has a master's degree, law degree, all of that. She applied for a job with her given name. Didn't get a call. Used her middle name, applied for that same job with the same credentials and everything. And do you know that she got a call back?
Right back.
She got a call back.
Yeah.
She is working in the Senate office today. She used that middle name. Okay? Not her given name, not her birth name. She changed it, she tweaked it to become accepted. So it bothers me when you say you don't see color, because baby, look in the mirror. This is what we face every single day. You said you in corporate America, then you know. You should understand. This is what it is. And not every opportunity or not everything that we were passed up on was because of race. I will admit that. But a lot of it is. A lot of the way that I think right now today is because I am Black. That's my reality. That's what I face every single day. That is what has shaped me into who I am. The reason why I feel what I feel. Not just my experiences. My mother, my father, sister, brother, cousin. Everything that I have seen. Because you become everything you eat, everything you see, everything you read. That's who you are. It shapes you and it molds you. Baby, this is us. And ain't nothing gonna change about it. You can mother love, you cannot see color, you can hug on somebody. But when it all comes down to it, me, you, KL, Wall, we all Black.
That's a fact. And that's it. You know
that's
what
it.
I mean? And that's
it on that topic.
That's it.
Drop the motherfucking mic.
Yeah, drop the mic. That's
drop the motherfucking mic.
Black.
We are fucking black.
We are.
And like you say,
and I'm deep in my blackness.
Experiences mold you into who you are, and that's why I don't see color, baby.
You keep on not seeing color.
I don't. And I could respect it, you know, but to each his own. You know,
to each his own, baby.
And we just don't want to separate, you know what I mean? And that's what, you know, people in high places are trying to separate. You know what I'm saying? And that's just not cool for the culture. But we're going to move on. You know what I'm saying? We're going to spin the block and we can talk about this all the time because I'm pretty sure it's going to be
It'll be something
next week that we're going to have to address. You know what I'm saying? Now, when we talk about separate, you know, let's talk about now. We all grew up watching Miss Lisa Bonet.
They look so dirty. They look so dirty. I don't give a fuck what nobody say about how good they look. They look musty as hell, man. I'm
you
sorry.
Know what?
They look musty as hell, man.
Well, look, I mean,
I'm sorry.
they super rich, you know what I'm saying?
They are, and all that.
You know
And all of that. Beautiful people.
You know
Beautiful people. Do not get it twisted. But you all know what I mean when I say you see somebody, no matter what they wear, or they could just get out the shower and they still look dirty. I don't give a fuck. And y'all know. Y'all know I'm telling the truth.
Did you watch Aquaman?
No, I ain't watching Aquaman. My girl like old boy a little bit too much. I'm a little bit jealous of him, man. I'm a little bit jealous of him.
I was about to go there.
I can admit it. I'm kind of jealous.
Let me say this for you, I didn't see not a color on that man. What I saw was the muscles and the tattoos. What I saw was the muscles and tattoos. That's what I seen on that man.
Hey, and I ain't gonna lie to you. That's why I bust his ass up every time I see his ass. I'm like, that nigga look musty.
Listen, when it comes down to the muscles and the tattoos, baby, I don't see no that's
he ain't look dirty then, huh?
I didn't see nothing but a man that day.
Hell no. And look, Lisa Bonet been fine for 30 years, but she still look a little tart. I ain't gonna lie
to the culture game. AL is absolutely correct.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, look, that brings us into the culture question of the day. We're doing it for the culture. And the question is, I have to bring it to the panel because we know that they just broke up, right? And, you know, they kind of intertwined. So it got me to thinking, you know, me and Chibannas, you know what I'm saying? We was having this conversation and it got us to thinking.
Yes, I'm judging.
When you break up with somebody, are they still considered family? You know what I'm saying? Because when you cut ties, can you still be friends and family with your ex? And we're going to take it a step further. Can you still be friends and families with your ex's family? Because there's a lot of that going on where, you know, you look up at your ex-girl across the table because her and your mama still talking. You know what I'm talking about? Like what's going on, mama? You know what I'm talking about? So I wanted to bring that to the culture, and I'm going to come to you, Miss Chibannas. You know what I'm saying? Do you think you can still be friends with your ex and still in tune with their family?
No, you didn't ask the question right. That ain't right. Of course, you can still be friends with the family, right? And with your ex. The question is, are you family? Are you still considered family? That's the culture question.
Okay.
And let me tell you where the question came from. My ex popped up at my house 3 days ago.
Oh, Lord.
While I'm sitting in the car. And that's what he says to me. We're still family. We don't have anything to talk about. You get what I'm saying? Like, we can be family, but we don't have to communicate. Like, when we split, we split. You get what I'm saying? Like, ain't no need in coming back this way. You feel what I'm saying? If we see each other in traffic, we can speak. But no. We can't be doing no pop-ups, you know. And no, the family stays the family though. Like I don't believe when you split with someone, if you have these connections with family and y'all built the relationship, that just because you and the person split, that y'all supposed to split. However, the ex, we are a family from afar. That means, nigga, we got to be treated with a long handle spoon.
Then we ain't family.
No, you get family that you love and you treat with a long handle spoon because of the way they move. You feel what I'm saying? No, you can't be just popping up in my crib and you the ex.
Look here, fuck that. If we ain't got no motherfucking kids and shit together and shit, all that shit is over with. Once we over, everything is over. If we ain't sharing no kids, goddamn it, you go your way, I go my way. We can still be cool and all that shit, but all this, your family is my family, that shit over with. If it ain't no blood been mixed where it's goddamn it a little one involved, no, goddamn it, my family is my fucking family. You is my part of my.
That's because you don't know love. Like you need love. Well, you need more hugs. You need a lot more hugs.
No, I don't. I'm direct. I'm the most loving person a lot of people know. I just get right to the point, and then how I feel is how I feel. I ain't gonna sugarcoat shit. If I hate you, I hate you. If I love you, I love you. And that's just what it is.
So So when if you're in a relation, you mean to tell me if you're in a relationship with somebody and you've grown to love somebody in their family, when you and that person break up, you no longer love their family member?
Yeah, but I'm not calling that nigga to see what's up.
You ain't inviting them to your birthday parties?
No, I met him through her.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. How about you, Miss Berry? How you feel about it?
We cool.
When a relationship over, should you cut ties or you continue to be good with the family?
Let me say this. I had to get used to that because growing up, when a divorce happens, that's just it. Like my mother didn't come around. My what I'm saying, my dad's family and all that. Like my mom, she was like, "Hey, you guys go. I'm gonna stay." Like what I'm saying, that's your family, so you guys go. But then being with my husband, it's like everybody family. Once they say you family, they family. You know what I mean? So I had to get used to it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like they say, when you love a person, you love a person. And I had to get used to that, and that's something that I learned. So now my family member gets mad at me because when they bring somebody around me, like it's not too many people like that I get a connection with. So when I get a connection with it, it's like, oh girl, I love you. And I be loving them for real. Yeah. And like you responding to them on Facebook and y'all commenting on each other's pictures and I'm like, okay, because of him, I had a traumatic breakup with one of his girls. Like I had a traumatic, like it really.
See, you in too deep. You in too deep. You in too deep.
I still wanted us to be with her. I wanted to have a relationship with her.
It ain't happening.
So we had a connection. Like we was good.
No. Don't be inviting her to no family functions.
You break up, and we had to break up, and that was so traumatic.
You gotta break up, yeah. You gotta break up too.
Like, oh my God, like my heart hurt when they broke up because I had to break up with her too.
Yes, you did.
Still to this day, I love her, and I comment a little bit on her pictures and everything, but it's like, man, stop bringing people around that you think I'm gonna make a connection with. Maybe you the problem. You the problem. Stop bringing people around until you ready for me to really connect, and then we don't even gotta go through it.
Well,
the coach again asked a question to the panel. What if you knew them before the relationship?
Then you keep them. You keep them. That yours.
Now, if y'all was friends before then, long as it's respectful, it ain't nothing you can say about that. As long as it's respectful, because now, like how we had this conversation, we had this conversation a long ass time ago. Now you ain't finna be coming up out no blue. I've been with you, bitch, for a year, and goddamn it, after I've been with you for a year, now you telling me this nigga your best friend? No, he's not your best friend. Bitch, I'm your best friend. Bitch, I'm your best friend. Now, during the courting phase, if I'm talking to you and you talking to me, and you're like, well, this is my best friend, and I knew about him from the beginning, I ain't got no choice but to respect it. But you're not gonna be springing no best friends up on me out the blue, bitch. Nah.
Why you big word, KL? Didn't we get on you about this before?
It's a term of endearment. God damn.
It's not. You and your vulgar ass mouth.
What you say, KL? That's like saying, "Come here, baby." You know
like nigga. Like it's all the same to me, man. I'm from fucking Parkway. Fuck, man. I'm from Parkway. Parkway. I'm kind of ignorant, man. I'm sorry. I'm kind of ignorant. I'm sorry.
When
I got a good heart though. But no.
Me and the ex is no longer family, but the family is still my family. Like his kids are still my kids.
I don't want to see my ex at no family functions. I don't want to pop up at no family function, and I got to look at her, and we ain't together no more. What is she here for? This is a family event.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, right? Like realistically, if you're in a long-term relationship, right? For me, it was 20-something years. Do I stop interacting with my stepchildren that I practically raised?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
You get what I'm saying? Like family is like you don't break up with the family just because y'all break up. You break up with that ex, and that ex can't fucking come around, but the family can come around.
Well, truly, if y'all ain't fucking no more, y'all should be able to be in the same room and be okay. I think it only gets worse
Nah.
if y'all still fucking.
Nah,
And I agree with you on that, Miss Barry.
Not when you
Depending on how
spend
shit
20-some
ended.
years
Depending on how shit
together.
ended. Depending on how shit
Because
ended.
people be like, oh, she's just my baby mama. No, you lying because you still fucking her. So
I can't relate.
And let's not get into that fake sis and that fake brush shit. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't play that shit.
You know what I'm talking about? And you know
I don't play
that's
that
good
shit.
for that. What up, sis? What up,
Nah.
still fucking, yes.
Yeah.
I don't play that shit. No, I don't play that shit.
That's a fact. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's my bro from yeah. Bro, my ass.
Yeah. That's a
Y'all
fact.
are hilarious.
Well, look, y'all heard.
What about you, Big Wall? You always asking us the questions. Come on now, spin the block and tell us how you feel. Like,
I 100% agree. You know, sometimes when you meet certain people, you get a certain connection with them. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it'd be hard to end certain relationships. You know what I'm saying? But like Miss Barry said, and I 100% agree, I think it's a situation where if you still fucking, you know what I'm saying? If we not fucking and we just friends, like, I think it could work. You know what I'm saying? As long as my lady know, your guy know, you know what I'm saying?
So
whatever.
Your lady, you fucked her?
No. Oh yeah, hell yeah. If we still gonna be friends, my lady gotta know that we fuck. You know what I'm saying?
That's my ex. She gotta know.
She gotta know.
No. Ex and fucking. We talked about this before, KL.
And I clarified it. If I fucked you, I go with you. Fuck. I clarified this. If I fuck you, I go with you.
I hate you, boy. Lord.
Straight up. Shit. I don't fuck for sport. If I fuck you, I go. What Future say? I ain't got no side bitches. All them bitches is my bitches. Fuck you talking about.
Yeah, that's a fact. But look, what's the worst thing you could do? It's to be in a room with somebody that your ex slept with or fuck and you don't know. Like, that's disrespectful.
That's like,
to me.
wow.
Like, you better tell me. This nigga, because I know how niggas is.
What?
Niggas be acting crazy.
Now you gonna be sitting there trying to imagine what all
No, I'm not. But I need to know these things. I need to know these things. And my lady needs to know these things.
Do it like this. You know
I would never be in a room. I would never do that to my lady. I could never be in a room and see another woman that I fuck walk in a room, knowing that I may see her and may speak to her and not tell my girl that I had some type of dealings with her in the past.
Yeah, like you got to.
Because the first thing she gonna want to say is, "Who is that?"
Especially if we friends, if I'm still consider her my friend, I gotta tell her. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is.
Y'all full of shit. I don't really think that y'all can really handle y'all woman telling y'all, "Oh, it's two niggas in this room that I got down with."
Man, hey, life is life. Life is life, man. I would respect it. I would respect it.
You gonna want to know when.
We gonna have to leave. We gonna have to leave.
Look,
but I respect it though.
And
I ain't mad.
Not only are we gonna leave, we gonna have a discussion. You know what I'm talking about? Because you told me this.
No, I ain't gonna discuss. No, I don't want to have no discussion. I don't want to have no discussion. I heard everything I need to hear. Oh, you fucked with him and him before? Oh, bitch, we gotta go. You hungry? I'm hungry. You hungry? Let's go get something to eat.
No, I want a discussion. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want no discussion. Because if that was before me, it ain't my business. I don't want no discussion.
Look, I don't want a deep discussion. It ain't gonna get deep. I just want to ask a few questions.
I don't want no history. I don't want no background. I don't want to know shit. You told me you used. I know you fucked both of these niggas. That's all I need to know. We gone, baby.
Listen, I have too many males in my family. You can dish it, but you can't take it. Yeah, you can tell me all day, like, "Hey, babe, that's my blah blah blah. Her and her and her and her." But you let me walk in the same room and you don't know nobody, but everybody know me. You not gonna be able to take that. You ain't gonna be able to do it.
Man, if it happened before me, it ain't my business.
KL, I believe you a lie.
Man, listen.
You a lie. I don't even know.
If it happened, I promise I'm not. I promise I'm not. I promise I'm not. If it happened before me, because I don't want no woman holding my pass against me, so I'm definitely not gonna hold her pass against her. Because we could be anywhere, and one of my goddamn old work walk in. So shit, I need you to be understanding. How could I be understanding? Goddamn it! Or how could I expect you to be understanding if I ain't understanding? Fuck
I
that.
don't think you really
Wow.
understand. I think you might be real petty. I think you might be real petty. You might be the saying some shit in the argument in the heat of the moment and be like, bitch, that's just how I explain myself. I didn't really mean that you was a hoe. I was just saying you do hoe.
I was a hoe.
Like you just do hoe like this.
I was a hoe. I am a feminist. I am a feminist. I do not judge women for being hoes. I was a hoe too, baby.
You know what?
But be real with me.
Right
And goddamn it, we at the spot and two niggas walked in and you know you fuck both of these niggas and you know we walking around this motherfucker and you might bump into both of these niggas. Bitch, you better tell me something.
Especially got me talking to this nigga.
That's just like, cause man,
nah, we not gonna do that. Cause you know, like niggas, I'm a nigga. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't want to know, and I want to know how you know this nigga. Why this nigga see you with me and feel the need to come and acknowledge and make you acknowledge his presence in the presence of me? Period.
Miss Berry point was just proven in what you said. What? And I'm gonna be in here talking to this nigga like, you better let me know y'all can't take it.
No, it ain't
because
that's not it.
If I'm finna leave, I ain't gotta take it. If I'm finna leave, I ain't gotta take it.
You gonna be trying to look.
No, I ain't never that type of nigga. I'm a player.
Yeah.
I'm a player for the Himalayas. And I done had experiences. So no, I'm not gonna. What I'm gonna size that man up for? And he fucked up before me. What I'm gonna size him up for? He fucked up before me.
And look, KL. And when you leave, the first thing y'all gonna say is, well, what you see in that nigga?
What?
You know what I
mean? No, but look, just like we just said, you know how when you break up, men and women, they still consider each other family. Like, okay, we broke up with your family. Like, you know how niggas still say, like, we broke up, man, you still mad. How many of y'all exes, man? I don't care who you with. You still mad. Okay, so now if we in the same room and this nigga see us walking in, you know what he think? Oh, this nigga with my girl. Like, that's my girl. And it's mine. You know what I'm talking about? Oh,
you never know. Some niggas think like that. But you need to give me the heads up.
That's why I need to know so I can know what this nigga.
Because I would never, as a man, I would never put my girl in a position publicly for another bitch to have a one up on her.
One up on her, right? That's
I would never do that to my bitch.
Don't let this nigga have a one up on me.
So that's just like if the roles was reversed and me and my girl at the spot and two chicks that I fuck walk in.
Yeah.
Wait, y'all not seeing the ignorance on the culture game. The culture game tell my hoes, I hope they don't say hi to me in public.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna let you know off bat. I'm gonna let you know off bat. Like, look, I used to fuck with her. And I'm kind of hungry, baby. You hungry too?
Oh, hilarious. Goodness. Hey, tonight been crazy. It's been
you already know.
You already know. We out of there. You already know. Out the door.
And speaking of out of there, y'all heard from us. Now we want to hear from you.
Great segue. Great segue. Great segue.
Before we go, it's two things that we need to make sure that we do.
Yes.
Listen, two things. Well, three things. First thing, and I'm finna group this one together. We need to like, share, comment, tell your people about us. Two, y'all need to tune in on Mondays and Wednesdays because shit gets real crazy. Y'all know we got some shit going on Mondays and Wednesdays. Also, men that are into women and women that are into women, we got some new shit going on. Y'all got to make sure that y'all hit us up at The Culture. Y'all need to get in my inbox. Listen, it's not for me now. Don't get in the inbox being disrespectful because I am
I love it.
I'm just gonna put that out there right now. I am not looking for me. My marriage is fine, okay? Before y'all get talking about shit. I'm not looking for me. My marriage is fine. We are looking for love for somebody else. And we're gonna tell y'all what it is. So men that are into women and women that are into women,
Women that are into women. I'm into women too, baby. I feel you, baby.
So wait. Y'all matchmaking around here?
Yes. We are matchmaking. We are doing a segment with Lizette Martinez. You know what I mean? We got our show, Let's Talk. And on that show, we are going to find her a date. You know what I'm saying? Miss Lizette Martinez, if you know, you know. Me and Miss Berry, we are doing a dating show. So if anybody...
Oh, she seem kind of fluid, huh? She say women too. She kind of fluid, huh?
Look,
she kind of fluid, huh?
And look,
she kind of fluid. Look at Keisha. Look at Keisha. Like, oh, what? What's it say? Come here, bring that dick here. Come here, bring that dick here. Keisha, freaky as hell. Shout out to Keisha.
Look. Hey. And look, not only is she looking for men or women, it is no age limit. You know what I'm saying?
Woo, Lizette freaky.
Lizette, she is trying to find love. So Team Big Wall, Team Miss Berry, we gonna put some guys together and we gonna have us a dope show. We gonna find Lizette some love. So hit Miss Berry in her inbox. You know what I'm saying? If you're interested in meeting Lizette, and maybe we can find some love. You already know on the Address the Culture Network, we got so much going on. So like Miss Berry said, comment, subscribe, join the culture. We got so much going on. Stay in tune, and we will be right back here Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, giving you news you can use here to address the culture. So until Monday, this is your boy Big Wall.
It's Chibannas. Yeah.
And I am the real Miss Berry. Y'all make sure that y'all follow me.
And this is your boy KL, almost hoarse from Holland and shit. But this is Address the Culture. You know what it is.
And like I always say, your culture makes you who you are. So make sure they respect it. We gonna catch you on the next episode. We up out of here.
You gonna get it one day. You gonna get it one day,
I get it.
You gonna get it one day. You was close. You was close, but no cigar.
You better go watch that retake. I was on point. Every word. And with the
We out here. See y'all next week.
Signing out, baby.
Sexy soul boy.
Scratch.